Hiuma Kuliwe. Guys, it's bad in the ANC. And apparently, the president is not happy with some of his party members for spreading the rumors that he will be resigning. I mean, guys, if you remember a few weeks ago, there were rumors that President Ramaphosa was going to resign after the G20 summit. Of course, the ANC has rubbished these claims. I even saw a social media post from one of his advisors, Dr. Bejani Chauke, that the president is not intending to resign. But now, it looks like these rumors are not going anywhere, and they are starting to get under the skin of the president. And Ramaphosa knows exactly where these rumors are coming from. These rumors are coming from the National Executive Committee of the ANC. These are the people that are speaking with the media, telling the media that, guys, we have the intel, we are inside, trust us. The president is intending to resign. And the media is now running with these stories. So now Ramaphosa has decided to make things easier for these cowards in the ANC NEC and dared these people to look him in the eye and tell him to resign. Because now they are spreading the rumors, they are talking in the corridors that the president wants to resign, the president wants to resign. And Ramaphosa says that, guys, I am not going to fight your decision as the NEC. I serve the ANC. And if the NEC says that I need to step down, I will step down as soon as tomorrow. But what I don't appreciate is you guys spreading the rumors and talking in the corridors about my resignation that I don't know of. Clearly, I mean, like, guys, it is clear that they want Ramaphosa out. And now he has decided to make things easier for them. So the question is, will the ANC be bold enough to look him in the eye and tell him to step down? Will the NEC be bold enough to look him in the eye and tell him to step down? I don't think so. So this article that came from SABC, it says that the ANC president Cyril Ramaphosa has dared his political detractors in the NEC to give him a date by which he should resign. In a heated direct political overview report, Ramaphosa dared his political detractors to stop discussing his exit in the dark corners like cowards. Man, Ramaphosa told the NEC that if he's asked to resign, he will even do it tomorrow. The ANC president's comments come after the media reports that he is planning to resign after the G20 summit. In a bold move, Ramaphosa, reflecting on the current Madlanga Commissioner of Inquiry, called for the lifestyle audits on all NEC members, saying the ANC must never be run mafia style. Okay. Now the NEC is going to kick you out, Ramaphosa. The NEC is going to kick him out. Because Ramaphosa, him calling for the lifestyle audit on these people, I don't think that they are happy about this move. They are not happy about this move. And it looks like now the president is ready to basically go to war with his own political party. That if you guys are gonna spread the rumors about me resigning, then I'm going to call for the lifestyle audit on all of you. Because you are being cowards. Why are you not facing me head on and telling me to resign?
The opening of the ANC's National Executive Committee in his political overview report, the ANC president basically threw down the gauntlet on his political detractors and said that stop discussing my name and my exit in dark corners. Have the necessary mental to come to the National Executive Committee and tell me to my face that I should leave and stop being cowards. He essentially said that give me a date and we will come and discuss this particular matter, and that he will not be at the center of dividing the African National Congress. If he is told to leave, he will do it as in tomorrow and not cause any problems. But interestingly, where he was essentially laying down the gauntlet to National Executive Committee members and enforcing his authority over the organization is when he reflected on the issues pertaining to the Madlanga Commission of Inquiry and all of the revelations coming out in saying that all NEC members of the African National Congress should be subjected to lifestyle audits, particularly out of the horrific things that are coming out of the Madlanga Commission of Inquiry. And all of this frank discussion, frank talk of him is pertinently coming after night caucuses are being held about his possible exit, former leaders coming in as interim leaders of the African National Congress and interim leadership taking the ANC to its 2027 conference, the upcoming National General Council of the African National Congress.
But then Ramaphosa shouldn't be surprised, because this is how the ANC do his things. I mean, like they did the same with the Thabo Mbeki. The ANC did the same with Jacob Zuma. So he must not be shocked that his own party members are now having meetings about his possible exit. And how can Ramaphosa ask the people in the ANC to be brave and look him in the eye? Of course, these people are cowards. And Ramaphosa knows that this is how these people operate. These people are cowards. And they will not face you head on, but they will plot against you. So why is Ramaphosa now pissed off with his own people doing what the ANC knows best? Why is he pissed off? I just do not understand. And the ANC always does this, guys. I just hope that the South Africans will not fall to this nonsense of the ANC. This is what the ANC always does. Every time, before the term ends for the president, they will kick out the president and they will introduce a new toy. That, guys, we have gotten rid of Ramaphosa. Now we have a new toy. And this new toy is going to work relentlessly for the African National Congress. He's going to fix the mess of Ramaphosa. Please trust this guy with your votes. And the South Africans will continue to vote for the ANC. I hope that South Africans do not fall for this nonsense. I, for one, actually think that this whole thing was orchestrated by the ANC. That's what I think about these people. Because you look at what happened with Jacob Zuma. You remember the ANC telling South Africans that we have gotten rid of Jacob Zuma. It was a dark time in our history. But now we have a new toy. Cyril Ramaphosa, Tumamina. This guy is a businessman. He's a billionaire. He knows how to conduct business. He is going to turn our country into a construction site. And then South Africans trusted the ANC with Ramaphosa. They only realized later that Ramaphosa is nothing but an ANC kid. So even the person that they are going to introduce after Ramaphosa is still going to go ahead with these nonsensical policies of the ANC. They're still going to go ahead and do what the ANC does best. I just hope that South Africans do not fall for this nonsense. I mean, right now, this is just content, but I don't believe that this is actually happening organically. So I think that the ANC is now planning to introduce somebody new, and the only way they can do that is them kicking out Ramaphosa, pretending to holding him accountable for his horrible terms in office, and hoping that South Africans are going to be happy with this new toy that they are going to introduce.
27 conference, the upcoming National General Council of the African National Congress in 3 weeks' time, is essentially emboldening himself within the structures of the ANC and inserting his authority in the National Executive Committee in basically saying, I'm in charge. If you've got an issue with me, stop being a coward. Come and raise it here within the National Executive Committee meeting.
And would you say that, some of these reports stem from the fact that there is the NGC meeting, which is taking place, or the NGC conference, which will take place next month, particularly at a time where he is serving his last term in the ANC?
It may as well be that people are planning for life post the presidency of Cyril Ramaphosa. Some may be unhappy with his leadership, particularly noting the fractious relationship that is there between himself and Thabo Mbeki and other detractors within the National Executive Committee. It also coincides with the election of Kusela Tiko in the National Working Committee of the African National Congress, and the Speaker of the National Assembly, also ANC NEC member Togo Didiza, who was a candidate of the ANC Women's League, to be put into the National Working Committee of the African National Congress. And that just tells you of the javelin that is being thrown of Togo Didiza possibly being nominated as one of the female leaders of the African National Congress that may be touted by the Women's League to feature in the top echelons of the ANC in 2027. You've also got those who are propelling ANC Deputy President Paul Shipokosa Mashatile. But this essentially emboldens the current president to say, I'm in charge. If you've got an issue with me, I want these two people, Kusela Tigo, Togo Didiza in the National Executive Committee. Togo Didiza got 71 votes.
Nah, man, it's a bit too late for Ramaphosa to now have the balls. It's a bit too late. It's a bit too late. Ramaphosa, one of the things that people have been frustrated with him, especially his presidency, he seems like somebody who is scared to take decisions. Seems like somebody who is scared to take decisions. So for him to now say that, nah, I'm in charge. Nah, guy, your time is over, man. Your time is over in the ANC. And again, Ramaphosa cannot blame the ANC members for planning, for trying to see how the ANC will look like post his presidency. Of course, his term has already come to an end. People will talk about what's going to happen with the organization once Ramaphosa is out. And maybe Ramaphosa wants to be the president of the ANC until Jesus Christ comes back. You remember this is what Jacob Zuma said, that the ANC will rule until Jesus Christ comes back. So now it seems like maybe Ramaphosa wants to be the president of the ANC until Jesus Christ comes back. Because if you are the president of the country and you are 2 years maybe before your term ends, of course, people will start to have conversations about the direction of the party post your presidency. People are now starting to be critical of your presidency because what are you going to do? You are not going to be the president for any longer. So the Secretary General of the ANC, Mbalula, has also came out to say, no, man, President Ramaphosa is going nowhere. President Ramaphosa is going nowhere. And it is strange because Fikile Mbalula is the same person who told us. You remember Fikile Mbalula at some point, he told us that Ramaphosa wanted to resign. And the ANC said, no, man, like you cannot resign right now. So Fikile Mbalula has 2 statements right now in the media that Ramaphosa wanted to resign and Ramaphosa is not going anywhere.
Of a departure lounge. I'm not sure what departure lounge that is, but as far as we are concerned, there is no departure lounge in the National Executive Committee. This National Executive Committee, with its president, was elected in December 2022. Our term ends in December 2027, and our term will end with President Cyril Ramaphosa as the president of the ANC, where he will then be handing over, if he doesn't, of course, decide to stand for a third term. That was that in jest. That was a joke.
It is not a joke, guys. It is not a joke. It is not a joke. Ramaphosa wants to stay in the ANC. Ramaphosa does not want to leave. He does not want to leave. That's why it actually pisses him off that people are starting to discuss, oh, guys, who is going to be the leader of the president next? Who is going to be the leader of the president next? How is this political party going to be run post Ramaphosa? The only reason why he's making this noise is because he wants to stay. He wants to stay. He just wants to shut down these rumors and these people that are leaking the information to the media that he will be resigning. He just wants those people to stop talking so that he can continue to run the ANC. It is not a joke. This lady is not the first person to speak about Ramaphosa's third term. Fikile Mbalula also spoke about Ramaphosa's third term. That Ramaphosa served his first term, he served his second term, and we don't know. We don't know what will happen. Maybe, just maybe, he will run for the third term. It is not a joke.
Decide to stand for a third term. That was that in jest. That was a joke. but to answer your question, there is no departure lounge. President Ramaphosa is the president of the ANC, and that his term ends in 2027 in the ANC, and that whatever other rumors that are there, we cannot speak to or verify for any other reason. On your question around the reasons, I have indicated that it was a decision of the NEC that remember the decision to have the closing remarks open and closed is really something that is decided by the leadership of the ANC to say that there are issues that we feel that we should communicate publicly, and sometimes there are issues that we communicate after the meeting. It's really just one of those. There's no other reason other than that.
What I like, I just like seeing the ANC eat each other, man. But this one, I'm not falling for it, man. This one is it's a well-cooked plan of the ANC. It's a well-cooked plan for the ANC. I am not falling for it. They just want to introduce a new guy who is going to lead after Ramaphosa, hoping that South Africans are going to be happy with that person. And before you even know it, the ANC would have won the elections with a majority again. I am not falling for it, guys. I am not falling for it. I think this is a whole plan of the ANC. And of course, there's one person that is not happy to hear about there's confusion in the ANC, there's a riff-raff in the ANC about the resignation of President Ramaphosa. And that person is Gayton McKenzie. So Gayton McKenzie has reacted to this chaos that has taken place in the ANC NEC. And this is what he had to say.
I want you to know that it's war. The war has started. You already see even this, you saw what is happening in the ANC. You can just check on the news. I'm told the president told them, give me the date that you want me to resign. because apparently there's people in dark corners that wants the president to go, which that will be a massive mistake. That'll
I mean, of course, Gaten McKenzie does not want Ramaphosa to go. For obvious reasons. He says that the people from the ANC, if they can get Ramaphosa out, it will be a big mistake. But the question is, Gaten McKenzie as the president of Patriotic Alliance, what do you have to do with the matters of the African national criminals? What do you have to do with that? I don't understand. What do you have to do with that?
that wants the president to go, which that will be a massive mistake. That'll be a massive mistake for them, but because we've turned the corner in South Africa. We've turned the corner. Listen to me when I tell you the rent. I had to pay somebody overseas today. Eugene was saying, no, that's not the amount. You forget the rent is so strong now. We've got the lowest inflation, record levels of inflation. In the third quarter, we've created close to 300,000 jobs. So the GNU is really taking the country up now. And don't believe me. Listen to the foremost people that speaks about these issues in the country. So we did this all under the leadership of President Ramaphosa. The GNU is really turning the corner now. All the hard work we put in last year is now starting to show fruits. And that's the message you must take out there. I'm so excited. We are not where we were. We are not where we want to be. So I just wanted you to know that it will be a grave mistake for them now to want to move, come with new thing. Not now. We are being led into prosperity now.
Not now, guys. Not now. Not when we are still enjoying our blue lights and telling average South Africans about things like the inflation and whatever. Not now. It's nice here in the GNU, man. We are going to the secret retreats. We are going to the Asia, man. We are living our best lives. And now the ANC wants to take that away from us because obviously the next president that will come is going to hit this GNU with a baseball bat. It is not going to continue after 2027. I don't think so. The only way that the GNU continues after 2027 is if Fikile Mbalula becomes the president of the ANC or somehow Ramaphosa finds a way to stay as the president. That is the only way that the GNU survives. If Ramaphosa is out and Fikile Mbalula is not in, the GNU is done. So now, Gaten McKenzie is trying to advocate for Ramaphosa using the matters of the governance. It has nothing to do with the governance. These are the matters of the political party. These are the matters of the ANC as a political party. They are not talking to Ramaphosa as the president of the country. They are talking to Ramaphosa as the president of their own organization, not as the president of the country. You are speaking as the minister that is working under Ramaphosa as the president of the country. These are two different things. These are two different things. And I don't understand why Gaten McKenzie I don't understand why he's on social media already crying and warning the ANC not to get rid of Ramaphosa. It has nothing to do with you, my guy. It has nothing to do with you, my guy. But we would all understand why the likes of Gaten McKenzie would defend President Ramaphosa so much. I mean, we understand. We understand. But it's quite embarrassing to see a leader of another political party just jumping into the matters of another political party like that, simply because he is benefiting from the leader of that political party being the leader of the country. Quite embarrassing, man. Quite embarrassing. Guys, what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts? Please take your take on the comment section. Don't forget to hit the like button and the most important part. Subscribe. Subscribe. My name is Thomas Mabaso. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.